We're going to
Here.
call to order. Yep.
Here.
Sarah? Here. Jeff Garno?
Here.
James?
Here.
Carrie? Here. Jeff Weaver?
Here. Are there any items to be added or changed to the agenda?
There is not.
Okay, Board Appreciation Month. Food was prepared and continues to be enjoyed by our culinary arts students. Special thanks to Laura Corp and all of her students who are behind you all, but please make sure that you say thanks and recognize them. I got some pictures and we'll put them on social media for what a fine spread. So we appreciate that. Next in front of us in terms of agenda is the 2024 Board Organization and election of officers for President, Vice President, Secretary, and Treasurer. So we'll entertain motions at this time.
I would like to make a motion to nominate Sarah Gopinski for president.
I will second that.
Okay. Discussion?
I just feel under current leadership, I mean, communication has been the buzzword for the past year, and I think that it might be time to pass the torch and maybe get some new blood. Communication and getting things on the agenda has been difficult. I think people witnessed that at our one meeting. And then in December for our workshop, we didn't have a quorum and there was no communication or even a courtesy text to let us know that there wasn't a quorum and that honestly we didn't need to show up.
Okay.
Also, in looking at the current leadership, I was trying to find out how long our current president has been in the seat. And I found something from 2013. Some of the quotes in here are the same things that are being said today. We're continually making a gradual increase in our test scores, staying above state average, and that's acceptable. And I think that we need to do better.
I would just add to that Jeff, I know you've been president for 10 years, and that is, thank you for doing that. I know it's a lot of work. And I know it's hard sometimes to pass the torch, but I think that people have to be given the opportunity for growth. And we don't know if you can grow and fill in or step into a position unless you're given the opportunity. I think Sarah's taken all of the classes and that we should give her the chance.
Sarah does have level 2 certification with Michigan Association of School Boards also.
Okay. So, any more discussion? We call the question? Okay.
Rachel?
Yes.
Katie?
No.
Sarah?
Yes.
Jeff Garno?
No.
James?
No.
Carrie?
Yes.
Jeff Weaver?
No. Okay.
Motion to that carry.
Well, we need to, the vote is no, so we need, get a motion, a second motion for, president. And we'll entertain motions for office of president. For
I'll make a
second.
motion
Okay.
to, for Jeff Weaver, the current president, to continue.
Okay.
I'll second.
Okay, discussion?
Rachel?
No.
Katie?
Yes.
Sarah?
No.
Jeff Garno?
Yes.
James?
Yes.
Carrie?
No.
Jeff Weaver?
Yes.
Okay. Motion passes. Weaver's president. Entertaining motions for the office of vice president.
I would like to nominate Sarah Gopinski for vice president.
I will second.
Okay, any discussion?
Yes, I would just like to add, one thing I forgot to say is that we rotate our committees every year because we want to have everybody exposed to how the school operates, what the different departments do, so that we can be better school board members, make better decisions from a place of knowledge. And I feel that this is my philosophy, is that we should be rotating these positions on our, as president, vice president, et cetera. This is what would help our board. It would encourage team building. It would bring different leadership styles. It would promote, I think, just a better working environment for all of us and give you an opportunity to get to know different people and get a sense of where they're coming from on things, which maybe you wouldn't get if you're not, we're not working with you closely. So, that being said, you were vice president, just last year was your first year. So I think it makes sense for you to continue in that role for another year. Maybe everybody think about, does it make sense that after 2 or 3 years, we kind of like switch things around? Just to help, I think it would help all of us, I do. I think we would have a better understanding of what we all do and what our school does. And it isn't easy to step into these different roles. So I think it would be a good thing.
Okay.
I also think that everybody on the board knows that Sarah does reach out and is attempting to communicate, bridge a gap that we unfortunately have in our board. And she continues to take the MASB courses and is trying to step up and be a liaison for all of us.
Sarah, your term's up this year. Are you running next year?
What do you mean?
Are you rerunning for school board? Your term's up in November, right?
I
with
feel like
them?
that's a question I've asked in public meetings before and been told that I could get us all sued for that. So I don't think that's a question you're supposed to ask in a public meeting, but, I guess I haven't officially made a decision. As of right now, I'm leaning towards no. But that doesn't mean that I won't change my mind in the next 7 months. If this board could figure out how to communicate and work together and stop being so polarized and actually work together, I would be happy to stay on for another 4 years, but I can't do another 4 years like the last 4 have been. So.
Well, I think things have been offered and taken away from you as well, so.
And I think I would like to work with everybody on the board, and I've had conversations with most of you today about that, that we need to work on our communication. Only to be told about a half hour, an hour before the meeting that the position I was in was being taken away from me, and nobody told me that before, like an hour ago, so that was, like, we need to communicate. We had opportunities in phone calls last Thursday and today, conversations to say, Sarah, we're not gonna let you be in vice president anymore. And instead, we decided to be sneaky and underhanded, and that just, I can't do that for another 4 years. So will I rerun? It'll depend on if I can convince you 6 to start working together and communicating with each other, because I'm not gonna do this. If y'all don't wanna work together and play nice, I'm getting out of the sandbox, so.
And in support of Sarah, I don't think whether she runs or doesn't run for next term has anything to do with the next year.
I agree.
I
What do you
told
mean?
Jim and Jeff both on Thursday, my goal is to leave this school board, if I don't run again, my goal is to leave the school board better than I found it. And that is my goal for this year, is to help this school board to work together and be a cohesive team. Jim and I talked today, honestly, I don't like people in my bubble. I don't like people in my space, and sitting this close to you all, I love y'all, but this really bothers me for my own personal reasons. But we're here together on this board, together this close, because we're supposed to be one. We're supposed to be one, working together for the school and for the kids in those seats. Those kids in those seats are all that matter. And our arguing and fighting and bickering is just foolishness. It's not helping those kids at all. So, yes, I'm here for 1 more year. If my goal is to make Gaylord schools better by the time I'm done, by next year, this time. That's my goal. So if I can do that in the vice president spot, awesome. If I do that in a trustee spot, that's fine. Whatever it takes.
And I'm sorry, I'm a little taken back that you were told that you were not gonna.
I was asked if I wanted a different position, so, because somebody else was taking VP,
Interesting.
yeah. So,
So, I mean, and that goes to the, I mean, I do think that there's definitely distrust amongst us, and I think that goes to it. That there are conversations, there are decisions made by 4 of you that, you know, we're not a factor. You've made the decisions, it's what it is. So I think nobody can question Sarah's intent. She is here for the best interest of Gaylord Community Schools and the kids. And I don't think that was a fair question. I don't think that bears anything on whether she can be the vice president. And if you're asking her that, then I would say everybody should declare their intent for 2024. So I don't know if you want to or you do.
Yeah.
You're rerunning.
I'm not running for an office, so I don't need to answer that question. I mean, I think that if somebody was running for an office on the board, that knowing whether or not they were gonna extend their, or rerun is kind of important. I mean, what's the point of her becoming a vice president for 6 months? I mean, or 8 months, and then leaving the board? I mean,
And
it's,
usually VP is the one that goes to president afterwards. So I
Exactly.
think
She
it's
tried
somebody
that
just need-
route.
Yeah, she was
She was
told she would be
told.
the president this year. That was the deal that was struck. And again, this goes to the trust.
And plus, she's done the education. She has more education than any other person on the board, minus Jeff Weber, I believe.
it's not worth the fight to me, you guys, it's not, like, I'm not gonna do any different of a job than if I'm a trustee or the president. I've talked to Jim, I'm gonna go talk to him once a week and say, what's going on? Let's talk, let's find out what's going on. And if there's information that I think is important, I will make sure that any of you 6, I'm not gonna change my job. I don't think it's gonna take anything, so, at this point, I mean, I would prefer to be the vice president, but it's not gonna change anything.
I also feel Sarah's more prepared than most of the board members.
Well, when I'm the only one who hit the link trying to make it open, yeah, but. Anyhow,
Any more discussion? Thank you for that. We need to call the question.
Rachel,
Yes.
Katie,
No.
Sarah,
yes,
Jeff Cornell,
no.
James,
No,
Carrie,
Yes.
Jeff Weaver.
So who
No.
did you all decide to make vice president? I guess we're gonna find out. I just jumped the gun.
Okay, so I need another motion for the office of vice president, entertaining motions for vice president.
I'll make a motion to appoint Katie for vice president.
I'll second that.
Discussion?
When did you guys make this decision?
Well,
Today?
Yeah, I mean,
Today? Today was the first time it was talked about?
we discussed
For me,
who's
it was.
most qualified. Katie's
I
been
don't
on
believe that.
longer than Sarah.
Katie doesn't have the same education status or the
Carrie,
certification.
Katie has a higher education status
Okay,
than Sarah.
college education, yes.
Correct,
But
and that's what we-
certification with
we-
Michigan Association
That
of
is
School
so
Boards,
insulting.
which is
It-
what.
That is so incredibly
She just-
insulting
What
to
we are-
challenge her
Yeah,
education. That's
listen,
really.
I'm not here to insult anybody.
Continuing
I just
education
think
for
Katie's,
a school board position. I guess
Okay.
I should have stated,
yeah, you probably should have stated.
and I just did.
Yeah, well, good.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Clarified.
Okay.
Guess who has the most education of anybody up here?
It doesn't matter, as long as he
Right.
can
It doesn't
function.
matter,
Doesn't
that's what
matter,
I'm saying.
exactly.
What
Right.
matters is the dedication to the school, the
Correct.
certification through Michigan Association of School Boards.
Okay, sounds good. I agree.
Any more discussion?
Yeah, I mean, I just think and I know, Mr. Craycraft, this doesn't help you. I'm just gonna say that. All of this colluding amongst the 4 of them does not help. This is just, because you are obviously involved in this. And
Excuse me?
you were involved, I'm sure you knew what was happening.
Now, you
No,
wanna
no.
talk about an insult right there,
Just
that's
to-
an
No,
insult.
that's not an
Just,
insult.
just,
Yes,
just,
it was.
just to clarify for
I
the
do
record,
believe-
I have no knowledge of what the
Thank you.
board decisions. This is a board decision.
You had no
Superintendent's don't
knowledge
have,
that Jeff Weaver was gonna be president again?
no, I don't have any knowledge until this election takes place. And I only preside over it because you don't have a president right now, because his term ended in January per your bylaws. So why, I appreciate your comment, it's not true.
Okay, so back to Katie. If Katie's going to be declared our vice president, then I would request that you look at the conflict between Katie's husband constantly being thanked and the banner on the Gaylord Community Schools website, his agency, promoting his agency, that there is a conflict there. So,
What?
yes.
Yeah,
No, yes. Gaylord Community Schools, right before Christmas, you put up all the Christmas pictures. There's a picture.
Didn't,
With
was
a
that a local
banner.
business provided snacks for our staff or something?
For the staff.
Yeah.
Why is Gaylord Community Schools promoting a private business?
It's a
When his
generous
wife is
donation.
sitting on the school board? There is a conflict.
We
We
do
should not
that
be
to
promoting- we
all
Yeah.
entities that give our schools and our students.
it's called
that we-
advertising.
You are constant, but she's on school board, and she is,
We're not
No,
gonna
there is
disclose
an
a business
ethical-
from not advertising
no,
because someone's
this
on the
is
school.
constant, and this is, no. We should not be in the business of promoting one business over another business. And it is,
No, every
It is
business has,
different when
every
the
business has
person's
the
on the school board.
opportunity to advertise with us. It's not one business over another. If Adam Corson wanted to advertise through our school, and I think he does, then he can advertise as an insurance
okay, we'll
agency.
put up his banners on our school website.
Sure, we will.
Okay,
All right.
let everybody know. I don't think it's that's really not the issue, it's the issue is that Katie's on school board. There is a little bit of a conflict.
We're
I'm
not-
happy to have Neil come in and talk to us about it. It's
I
a,
don't think that's,
it's an insurance company for educators, and they give a lot of money back to the school, and it's a national company.
right, I get that, but you are on school board. So
Yeah.
there is a little bit of a conflict of
So
promoting.
what you're questioning is the amount of money that my husband donates through
No, I'm
his
questioning
business to the
the
school.
advertising.
Okay. From the money and the snacks that he donated to the school, to the
but why-
teachers.
But that's the teachers, that's not the school, that is the teachers. We are the school, Gaylord Community Schools should not be promoting one business over another, and especially when that person is sitting on school board.
We don't, we generally say thank you when we get a gift. Any more discussion? Okay, call the question.
I can't remember what the question was.
Rachel?
Question is
No.
Office of Vice
Motion
President.
for Katie for nomination of vice president. Motion was made by James, second by Jeff Cornell. Rachel?
No,
Katie?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Jeff Cornell?
Yes.
James?
Yes.
Carrie?
No.
Jeff Weaver?
Yes.
Okay,
Motion carried.
do they ask questions, Office of Secretary? I'm entertaining motions for the Office of Secretary.
I'd like to make a motion to make Sarah Gopinski the secretary.
I'll second it.
Any
If she-
discussion?
If she wants that position, I suppose I should.
Sure, sure.
Any more discussion? Okay, we'll call the question.
Rachel?
yes,
Katie?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Jeff Cornell?
Yes.
James?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Jeff Weaver?
Yes.
Okay. Kapinski is Secretary. Okay, we need a motion for Office of Treasurer. Entertaining motions for Office of Treasurer.
I'll nominate James Vanderveer for treasurer.
Second.
I'll second it.
Okay. Any discussion?
James, was last year your first year as treasurer?
Yep.
No discussion? Call the question.
Rachel?
no,
Katie,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Jeff Corno,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Carrie,
Yes.
Jeff Weaver.
Yes.
Okay. So could you repeat the election of officers back to me, Cindy?
Office of President is Jeff Weaver.
Okay,
Officer of Vice President is Katie Javetsky.
okay,
Officer of Secretary is Sarah Kapinski.
okay,
And Officer of Treasurer is James Vanderweer.
okay. Thank you. Okay, President Weber,
All
the
right.
mic is yours.
Thank you. We will set the meeting dates, times, and places. It is recommended that the Board of Education establish the second Monday of each month at 6 p.m. as the regular meeting time in the boardroom at the Board of Education building as a regular meeting place as presented. So we need a
We need a
motion.
motion.
Are we moving back to 7 o'clock?
No, it's,
No,
Mine says,
no, the one above it says 6. I was,
okay. I'll motion that we, have a meeting second Monday of each month at 6 o'clock.
I'll second.
any discussion on that?
Rachel,
Yes.
Katie,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Jeff Corno,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Carrie,
Yes.
Jeff Weaver.
Yes. Designation of depositories. It is recommended that the Board of Education name Huntington National Bank and MILAF as the depositories for all Gaylord school funds as presented. So we need a motion for those two banks.
I'll motion that we name Huntington National Bank and MILAF as a depository for the Gaylord school funds.
I'll second it.
Who is MILAF?
Joe?
Joe, can you add you,
It's my law. It's regulated for government purposes for investments. So if we have additional monies on hand, we shift it to there to earn interest.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
any other questions?
Rachel,
Yes.
Katie,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Jeff,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Carrie,
Yes.
Jeff Weaver.
Yes. All right, motion carries. Authorization of signatures. It is recommended that the Board of Education approve the superintendent's, board president, and board treasurer's signatures as authorized paymaster signatures for Gaylord Community Schools accounts as presented.
I make a motion that the board approve the authorization signatures as presented.
I'll second it.
Any questions on the signatures?
Is Katie and Jeff Corno.
Correct.
Rachel,
Yes.
Katie,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Jeff Corno,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Carrie,
Yes.
Jeff Weaver.
Yes. All right, motion carries unanimous. Appointment of deputy secretaries. It is recommended that the board appoint the superintendent and the executive administrative assistant to the superintendent as deputy secretaries for the Board of Education. Their function is primarily to handle the election procedures and to record meeting minutes. So we need a motion for that. Somebody, anybody?
Somebody.
Make a motion for the board to appoint superintendent and executive administrative assistant superintendent. As deputy secretary.
I'll second that.
Okay, any questions?
Rachel,
Yes.
Katie,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Jeff Corno,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Carrie,
Yes.
Jeff Weaver.
Yes. Motion carries unanimous. Appointment of designated electronic funds officer. It is recommended that the board appoint the Director of Business and Finance to serve as the designated electronic funds officer.
I'll make the motion to appoint the Director of Business and Finance to serve as the designated electronic funds officer.
I'll second it.
Any questions on that?
Rachel?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Jeff Corno?
Yes.
James?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Jeff Weaver?
Yes. Motion carries unanimous. It is recommended that the board appoint the executive administrative assistant to the superintendent to serve as the FOIA coordinator.
Make a motion to accept the executive administrative assistant to the superintendent to serve as FOIA coordinator.
I'll second it.
Any questions?
Rachel?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Jeff Corno?
Yes.
James?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Jeff Weaver?
Yes. Motion carries unanimous. It is recommended the board appoint the Director of Human Resources and Employee Relations to serve as the Title IX officer.
Make a motion to approve the Director of Human Resources and Employee Relations to serve as the Title IX officer.
I'll second it.
Any questions?
Rachel?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Jeff Corno?
Yes.
James?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Jeff Weaver?
Yes. Motion carries unanimous. It is recommended that the board continue membership for 2024 in the following associations: Michigan Association of School Boards. And that's all.
Do we need a motion?
Yes, please.
I will motion that we stay with MASB.
Second it.
Any questions?
I have a
Um,
question. Oh, go ahead.
James?
So,
I did.
do we, obviously pay Michigan Association of School Boards?
Correct.
So for the, is there other associations that do the same kind of thing, or they're just the only one?
MASB is associated with the National Association of School Boards. Like most professional organizations in Michigan, for the principals, it's MASSP. The National's NASSP. Superintendents, it's NASA and MASA for Michigan. MEMSPA for elementary principals. So there's really no other professional organization for school boards.
And then how are we billed? Is it like,
I don't have that. I can get you that information, but exactly what we pay, that is membership. It's typical, most board are,
so it's like just a set fee, it's not, and then we can use them for as many
no,
events as we want? or-
we contract with them for consulting. So when they do board trainings, I think we also pay for workshops and as well as conferences. And we have, but you get the membership rate.
Oh, that's right, because when we have taken those conferences before, they.
Right.
But we have unlimited general questions. I guess if we have questions on a meeting, something or other, we can call and talk to Brad, which we've done numerous times. It's all part of the membership. Rachel, did you have a question?
No, that was the same question.
Rachel?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Jeff Corno?
Yes.
James?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Jeff Weaver?
Yes. Motion carries. Board committees, it is recommended the board establish standing committees for the following areas: technology and curriculum, personnel, finance and negotiations, policy, student discipline, and buildings, grounds, and transportation as presented.
I make a motion to approve the board committees as presented.
I second it.
Any questions on those?
Can I ask how you, like, we're approving the actual committees right now, is what we're saying? How you came up with these committees? Like how you put these people on which committee?
Oh, we haven't, put anybody on the committee that
I
these,
don't know if this is the
or
current one.
is it
Sarah.
on- oh,
might
okay,
just
she got-
be the meeting.
pardon me?
I don't know if it's the current.
The committees are on there.
Yeah,
The
2024
people.
committee minute, committee members.
Oh, okay. We just moving around to get people used to all roles in the board. Any other questions? Okay.
Rachel?
Yes.
Katie?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Jeff Corno?
Yes.
James?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Jeff Weaver?
Yes. Motion carries. Appointment of school legal counsel. It is recommended that the board approve Truan Law Firm, PC, and Clark Hill Law Firm as legal counsel for Gaylord Community Schools for 2024 as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve Truon and Clark Hill as our legal counsel.
Second.
Do we have any questions?
I would like to just say that the one thing that Sarah brought up at one of our meetings several months ago about wanting to have a special meeting with our law firm, or one of them. And we were told that, I don't even know if we were officially told that couldn't happen, but it didn't happen. And we were told that they both had the same opinion on the matter. And because these are important issues, I feel like it would be nice to have at least one other law firm that has a different bent on things, on some of these important issues.
Okay, any other questions or comments?
Rachel,
No.
Katie,
Yes.
Sarah,
No.
Jeff Cornell,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Carrie,
No.
Jeff Weaver.
Yes. Motion carries 4-3. Board member stipend. It is recommended the board approve the continuation of board member stipends of $35 per board meeting and $25 per committee meeting as presented.
I'll make the motion to approve the continuation of the stipends, $35 per board meeting and $25 per committee meeting as presented.
I'll second that.
Any questions on that?
Rachel,
Yes.
Katie,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Jeff Cornell,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Carrie,
Yes.
Jeff Weaver.
Yes. Motion carries. All right, one more motion for adjournment.
Make the motion to adjourn the organizational meeting.
I'll second it.
Rachel,
Yes.
Katie,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Jeff Cornell,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Carrie,
Yes.
Jeff Weaver.
Yes, motion carries.